There you go. Good evening once again, everybody. Welcome to PrimeSoft internship introductory session. Again, it is a pleasure to meet each and every one of you today. And before we dive into, the actual, program of the day, I would like to take a moment to reflect on the significance of this gathering. The PrimeSoft internship is more than just an opportunity to learn and gain valuable experience. This program, like I said, is more than just an opportunity to learn and gain valuable experience. It's a celebration of ambition, curiosity, and the pursuit of excellence. So this program is designed to provide you with the tools and knowledge you need to thrive in today's dynamic and competitive world. We understand that learning is a lifelong process, and here at PrimeSoft, we are very much committed to helping you excel in your chosen field. So throughout the coming months, you will have the privilege of working with some of the brightest minds in the industry, gaining insights and skills that will set you apart, from other candidates. You'll be part of a dynamic and diverse community with mentors who are dedicated to your success as well. But an internship is more than just a series of tasks and responsibilities. It's about personal growth as well and self-discovery. It's about pushing your boundaries and embracing the challenges that actually lies ahead. One thing I just want to say is that the road to success is never without obstacles, but it's those very challenges that actually mold us into resilient and capable individuals. So during your time here with us, I encourage each and every one of us to embrace every opportunity to learn, to ask questions, and to collaborate with your peers. This is your chance to expand your horizons and explore your passions, both personally and professionally. So without further ado, we'll just move in to the next slide. So here at PrimeSoft, these are our available courses that we currently offer. So we offer data analysis, business analysis, and software testing. I just want to let you know that these are not just courses, like they are your gateways to a future filled with limitless potential and growth. We'll be diving further into these into these individual courses in subsequent slide. So again, here at PrimeSoft, these are listed below are our additional benefits for enrolling, if you do enroll with us. These are not just supplementary perks, they are the building blocks of your success in your professional journey. So these lists basically are not just checkbox, it's a roadmap to brighter and rewarding future. So let's dive in and explore. So the first one of the benefits that we offer is working in agile environment. So in today's fast-paced business world, adaptability and efficiency are key. So Agile Scrum is a methodology designed to promote collaboration, flexibility, and iterative progress. By working in this environment, you will develop skills crucial to meet the ever-evolving demands of modern workplace. And this benefit, we offer it here at PrimeSoft. So the second one is real-world projects. So basically here at PrimeSoft, we're not just on about theoretical knowledge and everything. Yes, theoretical knowledge is very much essential, but there is nothing quite like hands-on experience. By engaging in real-world projects, you will apply what you have learned in a practical setting, gaining insights and expertise that will set you apart from the competition. And the third one on my list is job application mastering, tools, tips, and technique. So here again, here at PrimeSoft, we offer that. And this point basically, we here at PrimeSoft, we're trying to bridge between your educational journey and professional career, because in today's competition job market, understanding the intricacies of crafting an appealing resume and cover letter, mastering the art of interviews, and leveraging the right job search can make all the difference. So here at PrimeSoft, we offer all this. We offer okay, I'm going to talk about it, the CV review. That's the 6 points on my list. But we offer loads and loads of tools and tips and techniques to set you apart, from other candidates out there. So yeah. So the next one is we offer access to experience techies as well. We offer loads of resources, that will help you towards this journey. Again, my colleagues are going to dive into the, sort of tech stacks that you will need for your courses as well. So we offer, modern technologies, exactly as they use it in the real world environment as well. So we offer LinkedIn optimization as well. This is a must-have in today's interconnected world. LinkedIn is not just a platform, it's your digital footprint. By optimizing your LinkedIn profile, you enhance your visibility and networking potential as well, opening doors to more opportunity. And all these will help you to build that as well. We also offer CV review as well. We offer you the chance to, receive. We look at your CV and we give you feedback as well, so you can go and improve your resume, ensuring that your qualifications actually shine brightly to potential employers as well. So, and also we offer referencing as well. So it's one of another great advantage as well. And that can tip the scale in your favor. So a strong reference can vouch for your skills and character, providing credibility and trust to prospective employers. So all these we offer here at PrimeSoft as well. And lastly, we offer interview prep as well. So interview prep is the final place of the piece of the puzzle. So nailing that interview is often the deciding factor in landing that job you most desire. So our interview preparation resources will empower you to face interviews with confidence and competence as well. So these here were benefits that we offer, and like I said, they are not just perks, they are your toolkit for success. They represent our commitment to your growth and development, ensuring that you have every advantage when entering that professional world. So moving on to our main aim. So our main aim basically, like it says on here, aspiring tech professionals like you guys to become job ready within 3 months, and through intensive industry aligned hands-on project as well. And again, this is not just a statement, it's a mission that embodies the essence of your dedication to your growth and success as well. So yeah, so that's our aim at PrimeSoft. So these are like the journey. So this current presented part slide is our journey towards empowering you as aspiring tech professionals, as like we talked about earlier in our aim as well. So basically these are the ways we can achieve that aim. So starting with the onboarding, like the number one, onboarding. Yeah. So it's not just about getting you acquainted, it's about embracing the agile scrum mindset from day one. Agile is all about adaptability and collaboration. And we want you to experience this right from your first step into the program. We'll also introduce you to the project you'll be working on during the onboarding session. And again, it is a real life project that you'll be working on as well. So we'll introduce you to the full Agile Scrum team, which includes the software testers and the business analysts, developers, and product owner, as well as the data analyst. So it's important to know that you all fall into these teams as well. So the second one is the weekly online training session. This is where the magic happens. Technology is constantly evolving, and to keep pace, you need a steady stream of knowledge. These weekly training sessions are your lifeline to the latest trends, tools, and techniques. They basically keep your skills sharp and relevant. The third one on my list is recorded videos. So these are our archives of our knowledge, basically. And all our lectures are all recorded and will be made available for you guys to play back, because I know that everybody's busy and we want you guys to feel comfortable learning in any environment, and whenever that pleases you. So we record all these things, we archive this knowledge for you guys, and we make it available as well for you guys. So the next one is the workshop. So this is basically where theory meets practice. So hands-on experience is crucial to your development. The workshop that we provide, we give you the opportunity to apply what you have learned, solve real world problems, and collaborate with your other peers as well, and share knowledge. That is a very important factor as well. So they are the bridge between your knowledge and the actual action. So we also offer that as well. We offer workshops as well. And then the next one on my list is career development. So career development is at the core of our commitment to you guys. So we don't just want to help you find a job. We want to shape your career, in such a way that we will equip you with the skills to navigate this professional world, this techie professional world, helping you make informed decision and advance in your chosen field. So basically, we will take you from zero knowledge to to a professional IT, to a professional. Yes, so we will do that as well. Again, like I said, it's part of our commitment to you guys. And last but not the least is our interview prep. So this is your key to unlocking the doors. Okay, it's not just about having the skills, it's about showcasing them effectively in an interview. Our interview preparation resources ensure that you're not only job ready, but interview ready as well. And last but certainly not yes, and last on my list is certificate of completion as well. So at the end of the internship, we will provide you guys with certificate of completion. It's a testament to your dedication. So it's just a symbol that yes, you did this course with us and you've successfully completed it. So that's what the certificate of completion is. Next. So before I move on to that, I just want to emphasize that all these elements that I've just mentioned are not just steps. They are your lifeline to success. They are the embodiment of our commitment to your growth and achievement. And our aim is not merely to educate, but to empower you to excel in this tech industry. I will now pass over to Kingsley, who will talk us through data analysis. Thank you. Kingsley, over to you.
All right. Thank you, Chika. That was amazing. So let's dive deep into data analysis. In today's world, where everything you do, it's being recorded, it's being saved, um, it's being saved, you can be sure that we have enormous data out there. So the world is so growing, the data we generate, it's so enormous that the of data that has been generated in the world has exceeded the previous 100 years. That's how much it is, and it is growing at exponential rates. When you go out there, you talk, the device you're using listens to you, it generates data. When you talk over a phone, your audio generates data. When you make purchases, data is generated. When anything you do, virtually anything you do generates data. You go into a place, it generates data through sensor. That way, the amount of data we have now has really so grown that so many industries now want to make the most out of the data they have. And the people and that are equipped with that power, with the technical know-how to handle this part of job in every company are the data analysts. So because of the way data has been growing at exponential rate, that is why it is actually one of the most sought, if not the most sought after skill set in the world right now. So you call it data analysts. That's what you hear. But the truth is it goes by different name. It goes by statistical analyst, financial analyst. It goes by several other names out there. How about marketing insight analyst? Several other names. And who are they? It's a professional who is responsible for collecting, processing, and performing statistical analysis from the data they have. So now the primary role is to actually help organizations make informed decisions by analyzing and interpreting this same data and extracting valuable insights. After that, they will also need to present them. So here we talk about collecting, that's data collection. We talk about processing, you need to clean it. Then you need to perform some statistical analysis, especially the simple statistical analysis. Of course, you need to gain insight. After that, you present your insight. You could see so many skills all imbibed in just one skill set. And that is the word of a data analyst. The word data analyst is actually the least paid in all the position that you can see that represent data analyst. The more streamlined the name is, the higher the pay. So when you hear the financial analyst, they know that the money will be paid, this data analyst will be paid well, will be paid higher because he has financial knowledge. When you hear bioinformatics, know that this particular data analyst will be paid well because he understands biological or medical terms. He understands the medical domain. So when you hear marketing insight analyst, this person is going to be paid more because he or she understands marketing domain. These are the names that we are enjoying right now. Any of them, you can pick anyone if you like. All right, so, and what are the tools we use what are the responsibilities of these data analysts? As a data analyst, you're going to collect and clean data. When you pick it up, when you're done collecting and cleaning the data, you will need to analyze it. And that's what we call EDA, exploratory data analysis. Some people call it data wrangling. Some people call it data analysis. However you call it, as long as you are you're doing the right thing. Then after that, the data analyst will need to visualize and tell story from their data. And you also will need to make report and make decision and even make recommendation. As a data analyst, you are a problem solver. You must be analytical and critical in your thinking. You don't just take anything told to you hook, line, and sinker. You will need to criticize it. Like detach yourself. As a data analyst, you detach yourself from a problem and see it from, take an outside view of the problem. That way you will be able to critically analyze it. When you're told a thing, you critically analyze it. And you must also be analytical in your reasoning. And then as a data analyst, you must know how to talk. Not just talk, you have to coordinate your talk. So that's why we talk about storytelling. Everything you say will be story. We have to tell a story. It must have a beginning, it must have a plot, it must have a middle part of the story, the middle story, and it must have an end. You must find a way to link all of them together. That's what makes you stand out as a data analyst. You will have communication and presentation skill. And of course, the one that a lot of persons always ignore is requirement gathering. You cannot run away from this one because I don't know what you want to analyze when you do not make proper gathering, requirement gathering. So requirement gathering is part of what you do. So, and the truth is, these are just a few or the major thing out of these so many things that you can do as a data analyst. And at PrimeSoft, during this internship, we can boast of giving you all of these and more. Next, please. So what are some of the toolkits? There are several toolkits. I'm sure some of us know that there are so many of them, but we want to streamline ourselves to the ones we will be using mostly, and the ones that are also up there as the leaders in the market. Of course, in every data analyst toolkit, the number one is where this data lives, and that is the database. You will need a language to be able to extract this data, and analyze the data. That language is called structured query language, the one you call SQL or SQL. However you pronounce it, it's correct. Then, as you know, in as much as a lot of data lives, the world data, 60% of the world data lives in a transaction, in a structural database. We know that there are more companies in the world who use Excel more than any other tool, any other data analytics tools in the world. Excel has been there. It is there. And the truth is, it will continue to be there. This is a simple but very powerful tool. Well, it is not intuitive, I can assure you, because whatever you learn today, if you don't keep practicing it, you're going to forget. That's Excel for you. Excel has come to stay. It's going to be there in years to come. It's going to be there. Even in the world of AI, Excel is going to have a place there. And that is why we are bringing it here. And the skill set you learn in Excel, you can comfortably apply in Google Sheets because they share the same, it's just the same engine underneath. And now we go to the top BI tools. The three top BI tools as they are arranged are Power BI, Tableau, and Looker Studio. The number one is Power BI. That's the top in the world, followed by Tableau, then Looker Studio. Now let me give you a simple overview there. Power BI is owned by Microsoft. Tableau is owned by Salesforce. Looker Studio is owned by Google. Now, Power BI is one of the best. As long as I am concerned, I would say Power BI is the best because that's my go-to tool, and that's what we are going to be using. That's what we're going to learn we'll be using in this internship. And then the Tableau, yes, it's one of the best, where some people say it's the best in visualization, while Power BI is the best in data modeling. But if you know your Power BI, you can do whatever level of visualization that is done in Tableau. And then Looker Studio, which is about the simplest of all of them. We are going to learn extensively Power BI, and we're going to be introduced to Looker Studio. We will not be learning Tableau, but if you want, you can actually pick it up yourself. But these other two, we will be learning them. And then the next tool is PowerPoint. Now, we talked about presentation and communication. You will need to learn how to present your work in a way that everyone will easily understand it. And that is where PowerPoint comes to play. We will be using PowerPoint in every of our presentations, just like we are using now. And then the skill set you learned here, you will be able to implement in Google Slide. Google Slide is web-based. PowerPoint is both web and desktop-based. Then, of everything we're going to be doing, of course, there is no way you want to do anything without documenting them in Microsoft Office. We will be documenting them in Microsoft Office. And any skill you learn on how to document information on Microsoft Office, you can apply on Google Docs. Next slide, please. Yes, so that is it about data analysts. And then I'm going to talk about the world of business analysts. All right, so one of the biggest challenges we have today, or we've even had over time, is that people are called to build applications, software and application. So you see, you want to build a mobile app, a web app, a desktop application, even an ordinary website, simple website. You just meet a developer says, okay, don't worry, I can do it. I've been doing it. You go there, you build, your developer starts building it. You tell him to build A, capital letter A design. The developer decides to build B, or build small letter A, and you come, but I said capital letter A. You will come back, it gives you an italic letter, capital letter A. He said, no, I told you it has to be bold. Those fought and told between the project sponsor, and the developer usually leads to trouble. And I know that Jason understands what I'm talking about. This thing leads to a lot of issues. This is where we have the business analyst coming and telling you, no, the developer, you stay at a place, the project owner stay at a place. I am the business analyst. I understand the business part of things, and I understand the development part of things. So I get your knowledge, I explain it to the developer, break it down through user stories and acceptance criteria into chunks in a way that they will be able to build it for you. That's what a business analyst does in a nutshell. That is the role of a business analyst in a software development life cycle. And a business analyst who is a person who plays a professional role, plays a crucial role in helping organizations analyze business processes, identify areas of improvement, and provide data-driven recommendation for achieving the company goals. So business analysts act as, just like I earlier said, as the middleman between the business stakeholders and the tech team. So they help facilitate communication and ensure technology solutions align with organizations' need and objective. The thing about the business analyst is this person is so important in the organization that without this person, there will always be this there's going to be this role. And you know how nature abhors leaving a hole. Now, a business analyst, unlike the data analyst, a business analyst is a forefront employee. Take note of this. So when they want to do redundant, it is not easy for you to start to make the position of a business analyst redundant. It is not easy. What companies normally do is they tell you they're making that role redundant. They bring in another person. You cannot make the role of a business analyst redundant in a business. So that is how important this role is. And this role actually pays really well. In the UK, in any part of the world, this role actually pays really well. So let's move on to the next slide. The key responsibility of this business analyst is requirement gathering and documentation. Now, this is one of the major responsibilities. If it is not in your CV, you are not a business analyst. If it is not in your CV, requirement gathering and documentation, you are not a business analyst. You must know how to gather requirements. And then we'll talk about process modeling. You need to you learn how to model all the processes a company has. And then we'll talk about stakeholders management. So the stakeholder management is about a company, it's about managing expectation of the stakeholder. When that project owner comes in and tells you what they want to build, it is up to you. It is your job as a business analyst to be able to manage what the project sponsor expects. That's managing expectation. So when they tell you, I need these features, I need these features, I need these features. Okay, you need all these 10 features, no problems. All right. So as a business analyst, you ask which one do you want to come first? That is prioritization. And that is part of a business analyst skill set. The owner will say, this is the one that we want to come first. You come in and you break it down and build it up. That is stakeholders management. But without a business analyst, what happens is when the owner says, this is what I want, this software developer will say, okay, don't worry, I'm going to build all of them. And the software developer is drowned in the pool of so many functionalities and don't know which one to start and where to start. And then we start having issues. But a business analyst will help manage this expectation. And this same person is a change agent. You manage changes in every organization. You recommend improvements. You see a process that is there, you say, how can we make it better? You will look at it and make research and see through what we call gap analysis and see how we can make it better. That is your job. And then you also, by doing that, you also need to evaluate the solutions you have. Of course, as a business analyst, just like the data analyst, you must be critical, you must be critical in your thinking, and you must be analytical. You must be a great and an excellent communicator. And continuous improvement should be part of everything you do. Next slide, please. All right, so now these are some of the tools we will be learning as a business analyst. First, we're going to be working in an agile environment. And the project management tool we'll be using are Azure DevOps and Jira. These are what our primary tool will be Azure DevOps. And then you're going to learn Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Visio, and Lucidchart. This you'll be using to draw your process map and user journey map, customer user journey map. Of course, as a business analyst, you're going to analyze data that you cannot run away from. You will be analyzing data. And then, so in this internship, you will be learning Power BI. And you will be making a lot of presentation. Hence, you're going to be using PowerPoint. And of course, the skill set, the knowledge you grab from PowerPoint, you can implement in Google Slide. So we will be using both Balsamiq and Figma. They are two different tools that do close to the same thing, but Figma is much more powerful than Balsamiq. Balsamiq is easier to grab, but we are going to learn these two tools, and they're going to make you to stand out in your mockups. Then, of course, Microsoft Office Word, it's where we're going, what we use to document most of our work. As a business analyst with PrimeSoft, these are things you're going to learn. These are knowledge you're going to take. And you know one thing? When you pick them up, you're going to stand out. When you pick them up, we're going to structure you so that you will be out there. You are not going to start applying job as a beginner. You're going to start applying job as at least an intermediate business analyst. And you're not going to be you're not going to call yourself just a business analyst. You can confidently call yourself an IT business analyst because you're going to be doing Power BI, you're going to be doing a little bit of SQL. So that is it on Power BI. That is it on business analyst and data analysis. I'm going to pass on the baton to Bona to take us on software testing. Thank you.
Yeah, so welcome everyone. I will talk us through software testing. So what we'll have on our slide is who a software tester is. So a software tester could be called a software tester, a software test analyst, a quality assurance engineer, an automated test engineer, or a manual software tester. Right. So a software tester could be called any of those things. And who are they? What do they do? Right. So we are aware that the increase there has been an increase in software around the globe, which is as a result of the latest technology change, right? Where everyone, has gone online, every business has gone online, and because of that, there has been an increase in demand of software. And as companies are producing more and more sophisticated software, right, there has been an increase in the demand of software test analysts or software test engineer or quality assurance engineers, right? So the demand for these software testers are at the increase, right? So, and what do they do? Right. So when a stakeholder or a business owner, right, has given out the software, has given out the requirements, right, to the project team or to the business analyst, right, that, okay, this is what I want you to build for me. This is the software I want you to build for me, right? So once that requirement has been elicited, collected, and documented, right? So depending on the software development methodology that the team, right, is using, right? So that will depend on where the testing comes in. So as it's been mentioned, right, most organizations has adopted the agile way of doing building softwares, right, where they break up all these stories, right, and build them, build them break them down into smaller units and gradually build them incrementally, right? So here the software testers come in, right, and evaluate those product or those functionalities that has been built by the developers, right? To ensure that they have met the expected condition, all right, or they have met the requirement that the stakeholders or the business owners really want, right? So what do they do? So when these softwares have been developed, right, there is what we call the expected results, right? So what the software does is to go and ensure that the expected results has met the actual the actual result has met the expected results. They will ensure that that software or functionality is working as it's expected, right? So if it's not working as expected, their job is to ensure that they raise this issue, communicate it to the stakeholders, which could be a developer or the product manager, right? Or the business analyst, and it's simple. How do they do it? When you've gone in there, check this software, the functionality is not performing as is expected, right? They communicate it, it's fixed. Once that has been fixed, they go back, retest it, and once it's has met the expected condition, they will pass that particular piece of functionality. That is what software testing is all about. We all know we all use our websites, we all use our phones, we all visit different softwares and web applications. We all go through it, we all browse through it. So that is how simple it is. If you are able to go browse through your website, and when you find out something that you feel that is not working as it should, you'll be able to identify it. Then you can be a software tester, because that is practically what it is. Even though we have the manual testing of it, which is practically what everyone is doing, right, at the moment. So we also have the automation part of it, which is where you now write code, right? You now write a piece of code in terms of automation test scripts, right? Where when you run this code, right, it will go to the website and perform this particular test, right, as though a human being is actually doing it, but a code is doing it. That is what differentiates the manual testing and the automated test. And what do we do? What do we test? We test web applications, we test mobile applications, we test hardwares and softwares. But when you say that is why software test, when you are doing software testing, it could be just testing softwares. You can also test hardwares as well, because what you do is you use these particular testing methodologies to actually test the software, just the way you can as well test your hardwares as well. They all follow the same principle. All right, so can you please mute yourself? Yeah. So what are the key responsibilities of a software tester? So the key responsibility include test planning, right? So in the course of the internship, we'll go through different software test methodologies, right? So, but as a software tester, you will have to understand how to plan your test, right? So when a piece of application or a functionality is ready for testing, right, you will know how to plan your test. You will know what to do next. You will know what to get ready. You will know how to ensure that your test data are ready, how to ensure that your environment where you'll be testing this particular software are ready. You will ensure that all the necessary documentations, all the preconditions are ready, right? And you are ready to start testing. You will ensure that you have all your test planning, everything done. So as a software tester, you need to understand the concepts of writing your test, designing your test plan and your test strategy, right? So once that is done, right, and once the developers are busy building that particular software, you as a tester, you will also start designing your test case. You will know all the principles and everything involved in writing up your test cases how to add your test steps, your title, ensure that all your preconditions are ready and written down. You ensure that you already know your expected results, right, from the requirement that the business analyst will be providing for you or the product owner, right? And once that piece of software or functionality has fully been developed by the developer, so it will not be time to start executing that particular test cases that you've written. So another key functionality is knowing how to execute your test case. So in the course of this internship, we'll be using Azure DevOps. So in Azure DevOps, it has got everything in it where you can design your test case, for your manual testing. You can write your test cases for your manual testing. You can execute your manual testing using the Azure Runner. And I will as well use C# as our programming language for automated tests. We'll use Selenium, which I will touch in great detail when I get to the next slide, right? And then we'll be writing our testing in BDD, which is known as behavioral driven development. I will touch that as well when I get to the next slide. So once you have executed your results, right, you've executed your test case. If your test has passed, happy days, right? You will attach your screenshots and you will attach, your screenshot, which is a proof that your test has passed. So you will possess this responsibility, which are all the things that we're going to be explaining and teaching you, not just teach you. These are the things that you will be doing on a daily basis once you've enrolled for this course. So when you have run that test and it hasn't passed, you will have to raise a bug. You will raise a bug, right? So you will need to understand how to raise a bug. It's called defect reporting or bug, right? You report defects. And this bug is when you have actually gone to the website and what you are meant to see is not what you're seeing, right? You will know how to raise bug. It's very important. As a software tester, if you want to be an automation tester, you will need to understand the key principle and how to actually carry out your automated testing. It's very important. And as well, one of the most important things is documentation and reporting. Once you have, perform all this activity and it's, you are done with it, you will also need to document and report to the stakeholders and senior executive, what you have done. Then another key responsibility is collaboration. You will have to be collaborating with the developers, the software testers, the developers, your fellow software testing team, if you've got one, your business analyst and product owner, as well as the senior stakeholders as well. So you will be able to collaborate with them, ensure that the team are working together and ensure that whatever the business is asking, whatever the business requirement is what the developers are actually developing. So basically you are acting as a quality person. You ensure that the quality of that software is being met before you can now sign it off, right? And again, you also continue to improve on both yourself, the way you do your testing, as well as the way the entire team are working to ensure that that particular software it has met its expected condition or expected result, as the case may be. Right. So I'll go to the next slide. So software testing toolkits. Right. So there are so many of them. So what we have done is that we have looked at the ones that are in high demand at the moment, and we've come up with these tools, right? So for your test management tools, right, we'll have Azure DevOps, and Jira. They are the most commonly used. But for the course of this internship, we'll be using Azure DevOps. This is where you write, you manage all your tests, you write your test cases, you create your tags here, you write your test cases here, you execute your manual testing here, in Azure DevOps as well, you can use that for your continuous integration and continuous delivery, which is the CI/CD. Azure DevOps has got its own repository as well, where you can write your code and then push it here and then get them running on the pipeline for your continuous integration and continuous deployment in terms of your automation testing. So the next one we'll also be using is Selenium. So Selenium is a software automation test tool, right? So it is used to run, design your automated test scripts and run them. Right. So in the course of this internship, we'll be using Selenium for automation testing, which will be exposed to everyone that has registered for or will be registering for the QA. Right. So we have also BDD, which is behavior-driven development. So what this behavior-driven development helps us to do is to ensure that the top executive, those who are not technical, understand our once they've seen our automation testing, they will be able to understand what we're actually doing, because they do not understand the code. But once they've seen that we are writing our feature file in a plain English and then converting it to a C# programming language, they will say, okay, this is what we're actually testing. So that is where BDD comes in. And for the purpose of this internship, we'll be making use of SpecFlow. There are other BDD tools that we'll have out there, but we'll be making use of the SpecFlow because this is one of the most high in demand out there in the job market now. And for the purpose of this internship as well, we'll be making use of C#. So we'll be learning the fundamentals of C# and enough C# that is enough, right, to actually write your automated test, right? So we'll have our Visual Studio, which will be our IDE, which is Integration Development Environment. This is where we'll be writing our code. This is where we'll be writing our automation test scripts, right? And then we'll have Postman. We'll learn Postman. Postman is a tool that will be used for our API testing, because we also do API testing as well. So of course, we'll learn SQL. This is what we'll use to query the database for testing. And as a tester, you will need to understand the basics, right, of SQL, because you will from time to time be required to go to the database, query the database and get either the test data or whatever data that you will use for your testing. And sometimes for the testing of Postman, right, when you have done a post call, you need to go to your database to validate that whatever you sent has been created. And then again, we'll have to go through Microsoft Excel as well. You need to understand Microsoft Excel, because most often you might need to report your test results or write your test case on Microsoft Excel. As a matter of fact, most organizations now still use Excel to design their test case. They don't have the Azure DevOps or Jira. They use Excel to manage their test case, Roseburg, do any gap analysis or any report that they will be doing. And most often, most of the requirements comes on an Excel sheet, where you have to either as a CSV file or as Excel, where you have to read off the requirements and as well as validate your results on Excel. So we'll teach you Excel and you understand it and how it works basically. So yeah, I think that's it. That's all of it now, and then I will go to the next slide. And I will pass over to Kinsley.
All right, so that was amazing, Bona. So I'm going to make this fast. So the next 3 slides we're going to talk about, going to show you simply the average salary of data analysts, business analysts, and software tester. Now, understand this, we are using the UK as a base, a case study here. Now, the UK market, when compared to other English-speaking, the other 3 major English-speaking countries in Tier 1 countries, you will agree with me that the UK market is kind of the least of all of them in terms of the salary wage. And yet, we have amazing salaries here for the average salary. From the Glassdoor, if you watch closely, you can see as updated as at March 15th, 2024, that was the last days of this was updated. The average salary of a data analyst, according to Glassdoor, is 43,000 pounds per year. Indeed says, according to the data they have, is 37,500 per year. And then total job says it's 42.5, and rate says 42.5. When you look at this, if you take an average of all the 4, we're talking about 40,000 and above as the average salary for a data analyst. And I mean, this is about 2 times the minimum UK's minimum wage, and this is a very interesting one. And like I said, this is some of the simplest, this is some of the smallest smallest wages in the among the Tier 1 English-speaking countries, and yet we have these numbers here. And trust me, we are not even looking at, we are not just looking at training you, we are looking at training you to aspire for at least this average and then push for more. Except you want to look down on you want to take it, play safe and go a little bit lower. But we train you to push from this average and move on. Trust me, the information you will have from us and the training you have from us will get you really prepared for what is coming ahead and what is happening in the market. Next slide, please. And then the other one is a business analyst. So we have 44 here from Indeed, which is a huge number. From Glassdoor, we have 37. From Total Job, we have 52, and Read, we have 59. So if you look at them, we're talking about the average of like 50,000, which is a little higher than the data analyst salary. It is not abnormal. The business analyst salary is higher than the data analyst salary. That is a fact, any part of the world. And that's because of how important they are in a company. Like I said, they are the first liner. So you have a business, there are some persons there are some positions you cannot make redundant. And for your business, you need no matter the name, irrespective of the name you call it, you need the business analyst in your business. So let's move on to the next one. The software tester, that's another big one. The Glassdoor is so conservative in their number. They said it's 33 in their average salary. Reed says it's 45. Total Job says it's 42.5. And Indeed says it's 43,000. And then now look at what we're talking about. These things are not far-fetched if you have the right skill. The right skill is going to put you in the right position to start competing. And you can secretly reach out to the previous intern and ask them. So it won't be as if they are coming in here to praise the company. go and ask them. Some of them are at the verge of landing their job. Some are on the series of interviews. I can assure you it wasn't like this before they joined us. Since they joined, they've had so much confidence in what they are doing. And they feel they are right. They have that, they feel they are right for the job. And the beauty of this thing is that we are even here to give them post-job support. The same thing with you. We are here to give you post-job support. Even if you go there and you feel overwhelmed, we're here to give you that guide. We're here to give you that support. The next slide, please. All right. So beyond you reaching out to all the companies applying conventionally, we are also going to encourage you and teach you the art of being a freelancer. And starting with the top, as a matter of fact, this is where I started my career. I started my career with Upwork and Fiverr, and I have made so much money from these companies before I decided to go to the traditional employment. Yeah, the thing is, it's easy to get these jobs there, but it's not so easy to maintain because the requirements are so high to keep. But it's harder to get the job out there, but it's easier to keep. But in either way, we will prepare you for every form of job application. We will get you ready. You want to start as a freelancer, we will get you ready. We'll tell you what you need to do to break into the market. And Fiverr, Upwork, Freelancer, these are the main websites. These are the main sites we will recommend you to go for. Most importantly, Fiverr and Upwork. The next slide. All right. So having known all this, the big question is, okay, all right, Kingsley, Bona, Chika, Salome, yes, we are ready. We want to start applying. What do we do? How do we go about it? So we push you to go on to primesoft.com. You can always request that from the group, primesoft.com. You can see it there. You can see the website up there, primesoft.com. On the homepage, you click on training. When you click on training, it will take you to the next slide, which is available courses. Then you will choose the one you want. So assuming you choose business analysis, anywhere you click on the card, it will take you to the detailed page where you will see all the information about the course price, the course details, the things, the highlight of what you're going to achieve, the course outline and the course description. You're going to see everything. And when you further click to continue your registration, you click on the amount, 720 pounds. When you click on it, it takes you to the next page where you will then start your registration. And now for convenience, we decided to give you several payment options. We give you several payment options, and you can pay by Visa. You can by Visa and MasterCard. You can even pay with your credit card. American Express is supported here, Capital One. Then you can also pay with Klarna. In case you don't want to pay in full, you want to pay gradually, you can pay with Klarna. These functionalities are there. Klarna allows you to pay in 3. We also implemented one new payment known as ClearPay. Yes, it's because so when you go to the website, you will see ClearPay showing there. You can also choose ClearPay, which allows you to pay in 4 installments. So anyone you choose will lead you to anyone you choose, you fill in your details and then sign up. Say you want to choose card, you click on card. If you want to choose Klarna, you will need to click on Klarna for you to move on. And when you click on Klarna, the details will start showing. And that's just your email address, and it will lead you to Klarna page for you to register. Next slide. Yeah, so that's that's the all about the registration. And thank you.